Now, as you move rearward on the vehicle, you'll notice that the roof line is very fast, very slippery. This is something called the angle of declination, the number of degrees of declination along here. There's an optimum angle that we strive for whereby air doesn't tumble down the backlight or the back window. Backlight is industry speak for the back window. Again, tumbling air creates turbulence and drag. This was designed to keep the air attached all the way until it gets to the back of the vehicle. Now, when we get to the back of the vehicle, at some point the air needs to leave the body. Okay, it can't stay attached forever. And when it leaves, you want it to trip and leave the body as quickly as possible so it doesn't send turbulence into the wake. A turbulent wake on the vehicle creates drag and it holds the vehicle back. So you'll notice that we've integrated these beautiful aerodynamic devices vertically and a beautifully detailed spoiler on the back, all in an effort to keep the drag on the body down. Now, it would be very easy to design a science fair project, just a single slippery shape, lozenge shape that was low drag, and that was the end of it. We knew that that wouldn't be the right thing for the customer because the customer, let's face it, buying an automobile is still a very emotional purchase, at least for a lot of us. A car needs to look good, too, and I think that there are various truths to good design. A low nose and a high tail makes the car look a little more athletic. The placement of the tire plane versus the glass plane gives the car this athletic stance. So I think the Volt has all of those ingredients that appeal to the enthusiast, but it still maintains that energy-efficient shape that the powertrain requires. So we end up with a very modern, very sporty shape. On the interior, the story doesn't end there. You know, you get to the interior, and the message of the interior needed to support the promise of the exterior and the promise of the propulsion system. So what we tried to do was strike a good balance between modern, functional message of an extended range electric vehicle, but with enough familiarity that people aren't put off by it. So what you'll see when you experience the interior are very modern finishes, very innovative design features such as these shells on the door inserts. You'll see, rather than a conventional gauge cluster, we have a reconfigurable LCD screen. We've got an LCD screen on the center stack as well. And an industry-first large-scale usage of capacitive touch-sensitive buttons for all of your controls on the center stack. And we've provided lots of storage in front of the shifter, in the door panels, in the center console. It's a very thoughtfully designed vehicle inside and out, and it delivers on this promise of efficiency, of modernity, and frankly, of just good design. Now, the Volt isn't going to be one-trick pony for Chevrolet. You know, the lessons that we learned on this vehicle with design, craftsmanship, and aerodynamics are going to spread across the broad range of Chevrolet vehicles like the Chevy Cruze. And this is probably a good point to turn it over to Michael Simcoe, and he's going to tell you about the Chevy Cruze.
Thank you, Bob. Bob's just taken you through Aerodynamics 101 as well as proportional design development, so he's probably covered that off for me. So when I start talking about aerodynamics, I won't need to explain anything. I'll just talk to the shapes of the vehicle, and you'll already understand declination angle and all that sort of stuff. So thank you, Bob. Before I get into the details in the car, I just want to talk a little bit about a bit of a design journey that we've been on at Chevrolet. Last 4 or 5 years, if you like, source of vehicles, source of design has become much more global. To do that, we had to create a set of, not rules is the wrong word, but at least a set of design targets for the designers around the world who don't necessarily have any experience with Chevrolet. We have 10, 11 studios around the world, all with the capacity to work on any one of our vehicles, including a Chevrolet design. And so with no heritage necessarily in all those markets, we needed to create things, these base ground rules that they could work around. Not prescriptive, not to lock down the design or tie people's creativity or their hands, but simply so that we could create a showroom that was very specifically Chevrolet anywhere in the world, so that there was a family resemblance, if you like. The simple rules are, and they're displayed on both these vehicles. The face is really controlled by 2 horizontal grille ports surrounded by chrome, and with the dual bow tie sitting right in the centre. And, you know, we're proud of the bow tie again. Chevy's sort of coming back strong on product. That's the simple rule in the front end, nothing more than that. On the rear of the vehicle, it's two elements in the tail lamp. They can be individual, like a Corvette, for instance, or they can be elements inside the lamp, like the Cruise here. Again, nothing more prescriptive. They can be vertical, horizontal, doesn't matter. When you get inside the vehicle, we hark back to Corvettes of the past with the dual cockpit. Whether it's expressed in surface or tone-on-tone, it's again a message about simply controlling the brand appearance inside the vehicle. That said, all Chevrolets now appear like this, and you'll see it. It pretty much started with the Malibu. It's finding its way onto this vehicle. It's actually on the front of the Volt there. The detail's important. Now, getting down into the detail on the Cruise, though, the Cruise is, as Brent said originally, almost mid-sized proportion in the way it's executed. It takes compact and over-delivers on the exterior, both expressively and also with detailing. And when I show you the interior, if you haven't seen that, it'll blow you away. It's something that you haven't seen delivered in a vehicle in this class before. So the dual-port grille, chrome surround, the bow tie, as I said. Another opportunity to put richness and deliver value in the vehicle is headlamp and tail lamp design. The headlamps, they wrap around the corner of the vehicle to shorten the impression of overhang. That's the nose, if you like, of the vehicle. We like to keep that looking as short as possible. Once you're in there, the designers work every one of these surfaces. We don't stop on the outside. We actually get in and detail out all the chrome. It's a functional element, but there's no reason why it can't be beautiful, and a piece of jewellery, which is very important. Just walking down the side of the vehicle, though, and this is where I get to use Bob's Aerodynamics 101. Everything that we did on the Volt, and there were hundreds of hours went into that vehicle. The same sort of time and the same sort of effort goes into every vehicle we do, Chevrolet and others that we design. The tunnel we have in GM is one of, if not the best in the world, and we have both scale model work in there and also full size. And you can see the same elements that Bob described on the Volt starting to appear on this vehicle as well. The rounded corners, so that we remove the turbulence from the body side. Very, very fast glass with very smooth transitions into the roof, an arc in the roof profile, and then a very fast rear glass here. And also a very high deck lid. Not so high that it ruins rearward vision, because that's very important. Chevys are functional vehicles, they have to deliver. And that side as well as the emotional and the beautiful design. So the deck lid is as high as we can get it to maintain the efficiency in aero, but maintain the function as well. We probably should walk around the back of the vehicle, because then I can talk about the lamps here. This is the dual element I talked about. Again, just like the headlamps, beautiful detailing. But the chrome and the detail, even the side marker is an opportunity to put value into the vehicle. You walk into the showroom, that's the sort of stuff that needs to be there to give you an emotional pull. Like the headlamp, it's wrapped around the corner to give the car in rear view a lot of width. The wheels and the body side, or the wheels are as wide as we can possibly make them, and as Bob said, this tyre face to belt line and then to roof is all about the body side drama that we express in the vehicle. And again, that's the emotional appeal. Customers can't tell you why they like something. They understand it's an emotional pull. And the more sculpture, the more beauty, the more detailing you can put into a vehicle, that's a tag, and it's the Chevy value. I'll step inside the car. Now I'll sit inside, and please crowd around, and you'll see what I meant when I said earlier. There's nothing in the marketplace in this class that is anything like this interior. I'm an interior design guy, but for me, this car, clearly delivers on the exterior. But the real win is in here.